What's going on, guys? Chaos here. I wasn't sure if I should make another video about the Tsukihime remake or the Tsukihime a piece of glass moon game because they have released a few different promotional videos since the release of the opening and just the various different news we've gotten about the Tsukihime remake. We did get some more news recently, but I wasn't exactly sure if I should make a video on that. A lot of it is just having to do with the new Melty Blood game, which honestly, I'm more to just have like a passing interest in the Melty Blood games. I'm not as interested in that as I am in the Tsukihime game itself. But we did get some new information about the Tsukihime remake in the form of another promotional video. Now, this did provide some new information, so I was really debating if I should actually cover this or not. Because this trailer really has not been translated at all yet. So there's really not too much we can glean from this. But considering I have read the original Tsukihime visual novel, I do feel like there's some things that I could take away from what is being shown in this new trailer based on, my knowledge of the original visual novel. And some of the scenes in this new trailer do seem to be pretty much taken from what was in the original Tsukihime visual novel, and there is some new characters that get introduced in this trailer. So yeah, it hasn't been English translated yet, and I did do some research. I have not been able to find an English translated version of this, so we're pretty much just going to have to go off of what is being shown to us visually. So I'm going to be analyzing some of it and also just kind of giving my general opinions on what is being shown. So we're pretty much just going to play the video, and I'm going to pause it at different points and just give my general commentary on what is going on and my thoughts on it. So with that being said, let's see what we have. So we have the new Ciel design here. I didn't really bring this up in the first, the opening analysis or my other videos on the Tsukihime remake, but I'm kind of curious what you guys think of the redesign for Ciel's character. She does have, her glasses aren't as huge as they were in the original game, and she has gone through a bit of a redesign. I overall like the new design of Ciel. I think it's much more modern and just overall looks much better than the original design for Ciel. I don't really like the goofy big glasses that she had in the original game. She just overall looks much better here. However, I didn't pick up on this when I first saw this trailer, but I am getting very much getting Wish on the Holy Night vibes with Ciel walking around in the rain with an umbrella. But I'm going to go ahead and say the scene is probably from the Ciel route. Because if you remember in the Ciel route, Shiki was kind of running around in the rain. I believe it was after he had killed Arcueid, and Ciel finds him and I want to say takes him back to her place. So that might be what the scene is that we're seeing right now. And also I want to point out, this is pretty much the same kind of, this looks very similar in general to Mihoyo or Witch on the Holy Night with the rain and just the rain effects. So, there is some animation happening. So it's pretty much the same engine that they were using for Mihoyo, I believe. So it's pretty much like I said, the original. I feel like I said this, but if I didn't, I want to just say it again. I do think this is pretty much exactly the same approach, the same kind of engine or the same approach they're taking with the Tsukihime, a piece of glass moon game. So yeah, it's kind of hard. Okay, obviously this is the Arcueid waiting in front of the school after Shiki has quote unquote killed her, and he starts, she starts following him. I'm not exactly sure what that was right here. I don't know what scene this is. It does seem to be like Shiki defending himself, and we briefly get a glance of the lines of death. Shiki looks kind of crazed here. if we just do like a freeze frame and we see his face, he looks he does not look totally sane. Okay, wait. I think I know what this is. Let me go back a sec. Yeah, I think I know what this is. This could be, I could be wrong, but this could be when Shiki actually kills Arcueid, when he ambushes her at her apartment and murders her. That might be why he has that kind of a face. He's let his Tono blood take over, or his well, not his Tono blood, but his spoilers, Nania Shiki, or his Nania blood, take control of him, and that's pretty much what happened here. And here we see the dead. I'm pretty sure this is the dead. Pretty obvious. I don't know what that is. What was that? That went by way too quick. Oh. Okay, those are the lines of death, and I think that's just Shiki cutting one of the lines of death on either one of the dead or something else. This does look very good. Very similar to MiHoYo. That's Arcueid using some of her power, obviously. Don't really need to go much into that. As for what scene that is, I don't know. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I can tell you what scene this is. I'm going to go ahead and guess this is when Shiki finds out that Ciel is one of the vampire hunters and a member of the church. Because if you remember, there was that scene in the original game where Shiki was walking around at night and he sees Ciel, and Ciel kind of like starts talking to him. At that time, Shiki didn't really know what she was and what she was doing. So I think that's what this scene is. So yeah, it does seem so far like there is a lot of scenes, some pretty recognizable scenes from the original game. However, this being a supposed retelling, these scenes might happen in a different way, and there might be some new elements added to it. So it probably isn't just going to be the same exact scene. And yeah, that's pretty much the same CG from the original game with Ciel like standing on like a light post. That's pretty much the same one, just kind of redone. And also, if you notice, I know this might seem like an insignificant detail, but I believe in the original it was a full moon that was in the sky. I could be wrong about that, but I wonder if there's some significance to this not being a full moon in this trailer and it instead being like a half moon. And I wonder if that symbolizes that this is just like the first half of the game. I could be looking way too much into that, but I wonder if that might be what that means. And that just more really nice animation. Just seeing this makes me excited because I mean this is pretty much what we've seen with MiHoYo. So like I said before, everything we saw with MiHoYo, I think we can pretty much expect to see in the Tsukihime Piece of Glass Moon game. When it comes to like the fight scenes and stuff, it's just going to look really good. And okay, I'm going to go ahead and say I don't know what the hell happened here. It's obviously this took place after some battle and there's just a huge amount of destruction. This obviously is most likely more new stuff, just more new content that happened that is going on here. I mean, it could be something from the original game, but it's hard to tell exactly what it is. All I can tell is that this took place after some kind of a fight, and Ciel may or may not have been involved. Yeah, just based on all this destruction here. Ciel with the black keys. And here's a really significant one too. It's Arcueid just kind of going crazy, or her true ancestor blood sort of activating. I don't know exactly which scene this was. I want to say this could either be from the Arcueid route or the Ciel route, because in both of those routes, Arcueid kind of goes berserk. In the Arcueid route, Arcueid starts acting like this after Shiki offers her to suck his blood, and that's when she kind of loses it, and I believe, if I remember correctly, like a fight ensues between her and Ciel. In the Ciel route, Arcueid kind of tries to go after Shiki, and Ciel's trying to protect him. and there's like a fight at the school between Arcueid and Ciel, and Arcueid kind of goes berserk there too. So this could be from either route, or this just could be a completely new scene. But based on, again, I'm just kind of approaching this based on my knowledge of the original game. That's kind of creepy. I don't know if that's like there's a lot of these like crazy Arcueid like kind of like yandere faces that I'm seeing here. I think we've seen that art before. Obviously that was Ciel. Was probably at her. That's probably her apartment. So this is most likely it's from the Ciel route, because I actually do not remember us really like going to Ciel's apartment in the Arcueid route. Although, of course, this could be more new content where we could have, they could have added to the routes where we actually do go to her apartment in the Arcueid route. Or it could be misremembering. And I'm pretty sure somebody in the comments will correct me and say, actually, you're totally wrong. We did go to her apartment in the Arcueid route. You're an idiot, So it's more of Ciel. Okay. Man, they made Ciel really cute. That's like, she just looks so much better. And that looks like Ciel, like in, I think she's in bed. Like, I think that's supposed to be like her pajamas or something. It looks like, I don't know what that's from, but it looks very cute. I kind of like how Ciel looks without her glasses here. And this is the new character. I believe her name is Noelle, and she's like a teacher or something. I didn't think she was going to be that important to the plot, but I think we're going to find pretty soon that I was actually wrong. She might be very important. So that's her. And this is another new character. This literally, I joked with my friend Blue Spade that this guy looks pretty much like a gender bend of Saber. He looks like a Saber face, but it's just that it's a dude. He not only does he look like a Saber face, but he looks like that kid. I think his name was Leo from Fate Extra. He almost looks exactly like him, and he's kind of wearing the same sort of clothing, except Leo, I think, had like a orange jacket or something. He's wearing like a red jacket. What was his name again? Mario Gallo Bostino. So I guess he's Italian. I kind of wonder what kind of role he's going to play. I don't know if maybe he's like another true ancestor, or if he's maybe somebody associated with the church. Or he could be like a foreign exchange student or something. It's really hard to tell. So I'm not going to make any like assumptions, because, we don't know, and this, of course, is not really translated. Here's Akihara. There's not really anything interesting with Akihara the maids. I want to go ahead and say they're not really showing anything with them, maybe partially because of spoilers, but also because as people have speculated, and I'm not sure if they've confirmed this, but this is just one part of the new Tsukihime, and that their routes might not be in this. So that might be why we're not really seeing anything with those characters. Or it could just be because it would make the trailer too long. Too much spoilers, I guess. I don't know. I think this is Shiki just kind of losing it looks like. Hard to tell what's going on here. Okay, wait. I think I might know what's happening here. I want to go out on a limb and say that this might be the scene where Shiki... well, I think they did confirm there's not going to be any quote-unquote H content in this one, but if you remember, in the original game, in the Arcueid route, there was the scene where you could either like, what was a choice? It was either like help out Arcueid, or like the wording was kind of, I didn't like how they worded it, because it made it like not really obvious what you were going to do. But there was another option where you ended up forcing yourself on Arcueid. I don't, sort of assaulting her, let's just say, because you were kind of just losing your mind. So that might be what this scene is, or it could just be something new. So who knows? And I also want to point out something too. A lot of people have probably made this speculation, but Shiki here just kind of... I have mixed feelings on the redesign of Shiki. He really just kind of looks like Shiro with glasses. Pretty much there's sort of a case of same face going on with Shiki and Shiro. It's just Shiro with like longish black hair, because it has he really does have like the same face. So I'm not really sure how I feel about it. I feel like I do kind of prefer his newer design as opposed to his original design, because his original design, much like Ciel, is kind of outdated in terms of its style and just looks kind of goofy. Like I'm not exactly sure how you would, have like a more modern take on that. I just feel like they had to change up some stuff, so I can't really fault them for the way they handled Shiki in this one. But yeah, I just felt like I should point that out. There's Arcueid again. I do overall like the new Arcueid design. Okay, here's a very confusing scene. This is one of the scenes that really kind of stood out to me, because this has definitely got to be something new. I do not remember this at all. I want to say this is one of the vampire's lairs. Like it could either be Roa's or one of the new vampires. I also want to point out that people said in the comments of the opening analysis I did that the vampire we were seeing, that was not Roa, or it wasn't Nero either. This was a new character, so it could be his lair, because like she's sleeping on like a stone slab, and it just looks like somewhere like where a vampire would maybe like take up residence, I guess. So, and I'm not really sure. I can't make out who this character is. I want to say it's Ciel, but I think that's just the school uniform that they wear at Shiki's school. So it could be any character. It's hard to tell who this is. Also, this other part too, it happens very quick. I think that's Noelle, the teacher. I think that's supposed to be her. She looks very, very distressed here. I don't know. I guess she's supposed to be an important character, because I thought that she wasn't going to be like a really important character, but it's seeming like she is going to be actually important to the plot in some way, just given the impressions I'm getting from this scene, because it just looks like there's something happening to her. I can't really tell what. She looks like she's maybe distressed from what she's seeing or something that's happening to her. I think we should also keep in mind that some of the scenes we might be seeing here could also be from the new Satsuki route. I'm not exactly sure if they're putting that in this part of the new Tsukihime game, or if that's going to be in the other part of, or the other game. If we're going under the assumption there's going to be two parts to it. But I think we should assume that some of this might be from the new route. Maybe that other new character we saw, Mario, he could be a character that's from that route too. Because, as we know, Satsuki's route will probably have a completely new story and different things happening. So that'll be interesting to see. But yeah, I think maybe that's what this is from. Maybe the teacher is important in the Satsuki route for different reasons. She does kind of look a little bit like Satsuki too. And here's, I think, that Mario guy. He looks very sinister here, very ominous. He could be a villain character. Like he kind of just looks like he would be. If you remember from Fate Extra, that Leo guy, he pretty much was sort of like your enemy in the game. So it's possible that this Mario guy might pretty much have the same kind of role. And here's a fight between a crazed Arcueid and Ciel. Okay, how do we know that's Ciel? Well, because I went a little bit too far there. Because of these are the black keys, and Ciel is the only person, as we know, that uses black keys. So this is just a fight between Arcueid and Ciel, and if you pause here, you can see that as Ciel. But I think this might be either a scene from either the Ciel route or the Arcueid route, because they do fight in both of those routes, so could be either one. I want to say it's most likely from the Arcueid route. And if we look at the background here, if we look at Arcueid's expression, and just, yeah, of course, the ominous red everywhere. And we look at the background. This looks like the park. It still looks very similar to the park in the original game. So I'm going to say I'm at least 98% sure this is from the Arcueid route, because this is the same kind of scene from the original game where Arcueid was going crazy in the park, and I think that's what this is. And here's Ciel. I think this might possibly be the same scene because it still looks like we're in the park, if judging from the background. Again, could be wrong, but it looks that way. And this is just more of the fight. I think this is the same fight. I am very curious as to what all that destruction is, like what that's about. But yeah, that's everything I think that we got from that Tsukihime, A Piece of Glass Moon. I'm liking everything I'm seeing so far from this. It's very impressive. I'm very hyped for this game, but yep, that's going on sale in August. I've actually already pre-ordered my copy of the limited edition set. Unfortunately, of course, as we know, this is just going to be an import. So it's not going to be translated. As far as we know, there is no official translation, no official Western release of this, which really, really sucks because I'm very much excited for this game. It just seems like we're going to have to rely on fan translations. And I really am hoping this is not going to play out the same way as MiHoYo, where we will be waiting years and years and years and years after release for this fucking game to be fully translated. And by that time, I'm pretty sure part 2 would have already came out. Because if you know what happened with MiHoYo, I believe that game came out in like 2013, 2012. Like when? I think it was around that time. Yeah, and it's 2021 right now. So okay, I know this is a little bit unrelated, but I did look up the status of the translation from MiHoYo. So Hollow Moon did say that they are working on the rest of the game, and they won't be putting out the translation chapter by chapter. Instead, they're going to be translating the rest of the game and then putting the rest of the game out once it's finished. Of course, that update was back in 2020. I believe that was like May of 2020. Yeah, May of 2020. That's how long ago we got that update. So I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that the translation has made some pretty good progress since then. But, you know, we haven't really gotten any regular updates, and that's really what I hate about it. We don't really get regular updates on that. Anyways, I digress. This was a really good trailer. I haven't commented on some of the other trailers we got, mostly because I didn't know if it was really worth commenting on. We didn't really get a lot of really interesting stuff, but I feel like we did get some significant things in this trailer. Mostly like the introduction of these new characters, especially that blonde kid that we didn't really know about. We had no idea that. I don't think we heard anything about him before this trailer came out. So that was a bit of a surprise. And also the fact that the teacher may or may not be important in the game. And I just wanted to give my general analysis on what we were seeing. Of course, like I said, this has not been subtitled yet. I'm not sure if it will be. I mean, watch this trailer be subtitled like right after I put this video out. But I just wanted to get my thoughts out on the trailer and just get just kind of give my analysis based on what we were seeing with it visually. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know your thoughts about what you think is going on in this trailer in the comments section. And yeah, until next time, I will see you all later.